this week we're going to recognize the longest running show in the history of this state, a band called Society of Seven. The original Society of Seven started way back in the early 70s. There were a bunch of wonderful Filipino men that came from the Philippines. They were funny, talented. They showed Hawaii, a new side of entertainment that was exciting. When I was a young guy in high school, it was the show to go to after the prom. It was a show that locals lined up literally outside the door down the block to get in to see this show, the Society of Seven. Well, today, many years later, decades later, we have two Society Sevens. The original Society Seven up in Las Vegas is called the Society of Seven, the Classic. Then, of course, today we have the young boys, the local boys, we call Society of Seven LV, the latest version. And this week we've got one of the daughters of the members of the band, Crystal Lee, here to kind of take us backstage a little bit, show us a little bit about what the new Society of Seven LV is all about.
Crystal Lee here at the SOS showroom in the Outrigger Waikiki Hotel. We're right outside the showroom doors. But here are some pictures of the Society of Seven classics. This is Uncle Tony. And to move on, this is my Uncle Bert. This is my Uncle Gary. And my Uncle Oku. Last but not least, my Uncle Wayne. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. So amazing over here. You should come too. And over there is where they do the lighting and the sound systems. This is my Uncle Buzz. He works with all the sound systems. There's a lot of buttons here. So, how do you work all this?
Just make sure everything's up and running, the batteries are strong and the wireless mics, and everything's good to go, and then we do the show.
As you can see, people are starting to come into the show. That means the show is about to start. Wow, that was a great show. I really enjoyed it. The music was so fantastic. And I hope you enjoyed it too.
Thank you, Crystal Lee. That was great. It's unbelievable what goes on behind the curtain. All the people that make a show happen. It takes a lot of people. It takes a lot of tech people, lighting, staging, arranging. It's very hard work to do a show. I was in show bands myself. But I have my own little personal history with the original Society 7. Way back in the 1980s, they lost a drummer, and they were auditioning drummers by invitation only. And the first drummer that was selected was Little Albert, who ended up being the drummer. And the second drummer that was in line, if Little Albert could make it, was, of course, the well-renowned Danny Couch. And drummer number 3 was me, Johnny Kai. And that's my little story about Society 7. It was a long time ago, but it was still an honor to be asked to audition for this band. And that's Society 7. What an amazing show. And we thank you for inviting Brown Bags to Stardom into the showroom and backstage to show people what it's like to be a part of an amazing legacy. The legacy of Society of 7, LV.